Imagine this, the queen of crime, Agatha Christie, not seated in her quiet London study, plotting the next twist for Hercule Poirot or Miss Marple, but crouched under the scorching Syrian sun, her hands coated with dust as she gently brushes away centuries of sand from ancient relics. Here, she wasn't inventing mysteries. She was living them. In this exotic and enigmatic land, every artifact she uncovered whispered tales of empires long vanished, secrets locked away in the embrace of time. But here's the twist that will leave you spellbound. These real-life adventures weren't just thrilling. They became the heartbeats of some of her greatest novels. Yes, her time in Syria didn't just fuel her passion for archaeology, it breathed life into the unforgettable settings and stories we adore today. So, if you've ever wondered where Christie's knack for capturing intrigue in the farthest corners of the world came from, you're about to step into a tale as captivating as her finest mysteries. Are you ready to unearth the secrets of Agatha Christie in Syria? Agatha Christie's time in Syria, alongside her archaeologist husband Max Mallowan, was more than an escape from the routine of everyday life or a whimsical detour into ancient history. It was an extraordinary chapter of her life that shaped not only her literary imagination, but also her personal identity. Picture this: the queen of crime herself, navigating through the ruins of Mesopotamian cities, the air heavy with the aroma of distant spices and the stories of empires that once ruled the earth. It was here, amid the sun-soaked landscapes of Syria, that Christie found inspiration far removed from the cobblestone streets of England. Her days were a blend of archaeological discovery and cultural immersion, offering her an intimate connection with a world both foreign and timeless. This intersection of archaeology, culture, and literature would prove transformative, weaving its way into her stories, enriching her narratives, and revealing a facet of her genius that remains unparalleled. At the heart of this transformation was her partnership with Max Mallowan, a renowned archaeologist whose work took them to the ancient sites of Ur, Nimrud, and Nineveh. While Mallowan meticulously documented and excavated the remnants of Assyrian and Sumerian civilizations, Christie found herself captivated by the human stories hidden within these ruins. She documented her experiences in her memoir, Come, Tell Me How You Live, with humor and humility, painting a vivid picture of life on the dig. Her role extended beyond that of an observer. She meticulously cleaned artifacts, photographed findings, and even used her writing skills to record detailed notes. This immersion into the past was not just academic, it was deeply personal. The layers of history she encountered mirrored the complexities of her own characters, inspiring intricate plots that resonated with authenticity and depth. The dusty tents and bustling bazaars of Syria were worlds apart from the English manor houses of her earlier works, yet they provided the perfect backdrop for the mysteries she would later craft. Christie's novels from this period reflect her intimate knowledge of the Middle East, blending her observations with her talent for storytelling. Murder in Mesopotamia is perhaps the most direct product of her archaeological adventures, set amidst the backdrop of an excavation site eerily similar to those she frequented with Mallowan. The novel captures the dynamics of an archaeological dig, the camaraderie, the rivalries, and the ever-present undercurrent of mystery. But beyond the plot, it is Christie's attention to detail that stands out. Her descriptions of the desert landscapes, the intense heat, and the interplay of cultures demonstrate a deep respect and fascination for the region. These elements were not mere embellishments. They were born from lived experiences, lending her stories an authenticity that transported readers to distant lands. Yet, Christie's engagement with Syria and its culture went beyond the confines of her novels. She was acutely aware of the significance of preserving the past. In an era when Western archaeologists were often criticized for their imperialistic approach, Christie's writings reveal a sensitivity to the cultural heritage of the sites she visited. Her memoir does not romanticize the Middle East. Instead, it acknowledges the complexities and challenges of life in the region, from the harsh environmental conditions to the nuances of interacting with local communities. This nuanced perspective allowed her to bridge the gap between Western readers and the Eastern settings of her stories, fostering a sense of connection rather than division. Beyond archaeology, Christie's time in Syria introduced her to a tapestry of cultures that enriched her worldview. The bustling bazaars with their vibrant colors and cacophony of sounds, the hospitality of the Bedouin tribes, and the rhythmic chants of ancient prayers left an indelible mark on her. These experiences broadened her understanding of human nature, a theme that lies at the core of her writing. The Middle East, with its blend of tradition and modernity, provided her with a unique lens through which to explore the universality of emotions: love, jealousy, greed, and ambition. It is this universality, juxtaposed with the exotic settings of her later works, that continues to captivate readers worldwide. Moreover, Christie's Syrian adventures highlight the intersection of creativity and resilience. The harsh conditions of the digs were a far cry from the comfort of her English home, yet she thrived in this challenging environment. Her ability to adapt, to find humor in adversity, and to draw inspiration from her surroundings speaks to the tenacity that defined her both as a writer and as a person. This resilience is mirrored in her characters, many of whom navigate treacherous landscapes, both literal and metaphorical, with determination and wit. Perhaps the most intriguing aspect of Christie's time in Syria is how it blurred the lines between her life and her art. The mysteries she encountered in the ruins. Who built this city? Why did it fall? What secrets lie buried beneath the sands? Paralleled the questions she posed in her novels. In both realms, she sought to uncover truths, to piece together fragments of a story, and to make sense of the unknown. This pursuit of understanding, whether through archaeology or fiction, underscores the essence of her genius, a relentless curiosity about the human condition. Agatha Christie's legacy as a writer is undeniable, but her time in Syria reveals a dimension of her brilliance that often goes overlooked. It was here, in the cradle of civilization, that she found not only inspiration, but also a deeper connection to the stories that define us. Her experiences in the Middle East remind us that creativity is often born from exploration, from stepping outside one's comfort zone and embracing the unfamiliar. They also serve as a testament to the enduring power of storytelling, a bridge that connects the past to the present, the known to the unknown. In conclusion, Agatha Christie's sojourn in Syria was far more than a footnote in her illustrious career. It was a transformative journey that enriched her writing, broadened her perspective, and deepened her understanding of humanity. Through her novels, she brought the mysteries of the Middle East to life, inviting readers to explore not just the whodunit, but also the where and why. Her time in Syria stands as a powerful reminder of the profound impact that travel, culture, and history can have on the creative mind. And as we delve into her stories, we find not just a reflection of her genius, but also a glimpse into a world where the past and present intertwine, revealing the timeless allure of mystery and discovery. Agatha Christie's journey to the Middle East, meeting Max Mallowan. It was a chance encounter with destiny when Agatha Christie crossed paths with Max Mallowan, a man whose passion for archaeology would open an entirely new chapter in her life. Their meeting was the beginning of a partnership that went beyond marriage, one that intertwined the worlds of literature and ancient history in a way that no one could have anticipated. Christie, then recovering from the emotional upheaval of her first marriage, found in Max not just a companion, but a guide to an extraordinary world that lay hidden beneath layers of earth and time. Their connection was instant and profound, built on shared curiosity and mutual respect. Max's enthusiasm for his work was infectious, and Christie's natural inquisitiveness made her a perfect partner for the adventures that lay ahead. Their marriage in 1930 marked the start of a journey that would take them to some of the most significant archaeological sites in the Middle East. For Christie, it was an opportunity to step out of her comfort zone and immerse herself in a world vastly different from the one she had known. Max's work as an archaeologist required patience, precision, and a deep understanding of history, qualities that Christie admired and, in many ways, shared. As she accompanied him on his expeditions, she found herself drawn to the stories embedded in the ruins they uncovered. The ancient cities of Ur, Nimrud, and Nineveh became more than just dig sites. They were windows into a past that fascinated and inspired her. But Christie's role in these expeditions was far from passive. Despite her fame as a novelist, she was not content to simply observe. She rolled up her sleeves and became an active participant in the work, contributing in ways that went beyond what anyone might have expected. She cleaned and cataloged artifacts, documented findings through photography, and even helped repair delicate pieces using her knowledge of chemistry, a skill she had picked up during the war years. Her hands-on involvement deepened her appreciation for the discipline of archaeology and strengthened her bond with Max as they worked side by side to uncover the secrets of ancient civilizations. Christie's experiences with Max also provided her with a unique lens through which to view the Middle East. She was no longer a tourist or an outsider. She was a participant in the life of the region, engaging with its people and its culture on a deeply personal level. The relationships she formed with local workers and the insights she gained into their lives added layers of authenticity to her writing. These connections allowed her to portray the Middle East not as an exotic backdrop for adventure, but as a vibrant, complex world with its own stories to tell. Max's influence on Christie's work cannot be overstated. His passion for uncovering the past ignited her imagination, providing her with new settings, themes, and ideas that enriched her novels. Their travels together exposed her to a tapestry of cultures, traditions, and histories that would shape her storytelling in profound ways. In novels like Murder in Mesopotamia and Appointment with Death, Christie's intimate knowledge of the Middle East shines through, creating narratives that are as much about the place as they are about the mystery at hand. These works stand as a testament to the transformative power of her partnership with Max, a relationship that blended love, creativity, and a shared thirst for discovery. Agatha Christie's journey to the Middle East was more than just a series of travels. It was a journey of self-discovery and creative evolution. Her marriage to Max Mallowan opened the door to a world that would leave an indelible mark on her life and her legacy. Together, they unearthed not just the remnants of ancient civilizations, but also the inspiration for stories that continue to captivate readers to this day. Through Max, Christie found a new muse, and through their shared adventures she discovered the enduring connection between history and storytelling, a connection that remains at the heart of her genius. The allure of Syria. Early 20th century fascination with Middle Eastern archaeology. The early 20th century was a golden age of discovery, a time when the sands of the Middle East seemed to whisper secrets to adventurers, archaeologists, and dreamers alike. The world's attention was captivated by tales of buried treasures and ancient cities rising from the desert, their secrets revealed after centuries of silence. Names like Howard Carter and his discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922 fueled an almost feverish fascination with the region. It was a time of unbridled curiosity and romanticism, when the Middle East was seen as a place where history, mystery, and adventure converged. For Agatha Christie, this allure was irresistible. She was drawn not just by the promise of discovery, but by the profound connection between the past and the present that archaeology offered. The very idea of unearthing objects that had been touched by lives lived thousands of years ago fascinated her. It was as if the act of excavation was akin to solving one of her mysteries, piecing together fragments to reveal a hidden story. This shared passion for uncovering the unknown was what initially bonded her with Max Mallowan and would later become a defining aspect of her life and work. Christie's initial impressions and adaptation to the region. Stepping into the Middle East for the first time, Christie was struck by its otherworldly beauty and its stark contrast to the familiar landscapes of England. The golden expanse of the desert, the vibrant hues of the bazaars, and the ancient architecture that seemed to defy time itself all left her in awe. But it was not just the physical beauty that captivated her. It was the rhythm of life, the traditions and the stories that seemed to emanate from every corner. Adapting to this new world was no small feat. The harsh conditions of the digs, the intense heat, and the challenges of living in remote locations demanded resilience and flexibility. But Christie's curiosity and adventurous spirit saw her through. She quickly learned to embrace the peculiarities of life in the region, from the taste of unfamiliar spices to the sound of prayers echoing across the desert at dawn. Her adaptability and openness allowed her to immerse herself fully, transforming what could have been a daunting experience into one of the most enriching periods of her life. This immersion not only deepened her appreciation for the Middle East, but also enriched her writing. The region's influence is evident in the vivid settings and cultural nuances of her novels. Through her stories, she brought the allure of Syria and the broader Middle East to readers around the world, capturing its magic and mystery in a way that only she could. Christie's initial impressions and subsequent adaptation to the region were not just about adjusting to a new environment. They were about embracing a new way of seeing the world, one that would leave an indelible mark on her life and her legacy. Archaeological adventures in Syria. Role at excavation sites. Agatha Christie was no mere bystander during the archaeological expeditions she accompanied. While Max Mallowan and his team meticulously unearthed remnants of ancient civilizations, Christie became an integral part of the process, contributing her own set of invaluable skills. Imagine the Queen of Crime swapping her writer's pen for an archaeologist's brush, gently removing centuries of dust from an artifact, or wielding a camera to capture the first glimpses of relics that hadn't seen the light of day for millennia. Christie's involvement went beyond casual participation. She was hands-on, cleaning and cataloging findings, assisting in restoration work, and applying her keen observational skills to preserve the integrity of the discoveries. Her literary prowess found a unique outlet here. Christie documented excavation narratives with the same precision and flair she brought to her novels, transforming field notes into vivid chronicles that brought the past to life. Her ability to weave compelling stories from fragmented details made her an asset to the team, as she preserved not just the physical remnants of history, but also the human context behind them. Whether it was recording the intricate patterns on an unearthed artifact or capturing the daily lives of the local workers, Christie brought a storyteller's lens to the scientific rigor of archaeology. Her contributions were a seamless blend of creativity and discipline, underscoring the profound synergy between her art and the ancient world she sought to illuminate. A young Agatha Christie, long before she became the Queen of Crime, stepping into the dusty landscapes of Syria, a land where history doesn't just lie buried beneath the soil, but breathes through the winds of the desert. For Agatha, Syria wasn't just a destination for her husband's archaeological expeditions. It was an adventure in itself. The heat was brutal, the days long, and the work at the dig sites grueling. But it was here, amid the towering ruins and ancient sites, that her life took on a new rhythm. Her camp life wasn't the cushy existence of a woman living in the comforts of London society. It was raw, real, and filled with challenges. Every day, Agatha found herself immersed in the intricacies of archaeology, digging into the rich history of civilizations long forgotten. The scorching sun above and the vastness of the desert made the whole experience feel like stepping into another world. Yet, it was during these moments of exhaustion and challenge that Agatha discovered the bonds of camaraderie that would last a lifetime. The group of fellow archaeologists, the local laborers, the villagers, every person played a part in her journey, teaching her not just about the past, but about the present too. Syria's vibrant culture seeped into Agatha's soul, and what started as a series of professional engagements soon blossomed into a deeper appreciation of the land, its people, and its history. There were the quiet moments by the campfire, listening to local stories that bridged the gap between past and present, while mint tea was passed around like a symbol of shared experience. Every evening, as the stars twinkled above the desert horizon, Agatha would listen, captivated by the tales of ancient ruins, some of which would later find their way into her novels. But the interactions weren't just academic. It was the human connections that lingered with Agatha. The friendships, the challenges, the unspoken bond between people from different cultures, all bound together by the pursuit of history. Agatha Christie in Syria wasn't just an archaeologist's wife. It was a woman who lived and breathed the life of an adventurer, who embraced the challenges of a foreign land, and who discovered a new world that would shape her writing in ways she could never have imagined. Every dig, every conversation, every shared experience in those campgrounds added a rich layer to the intrigue that would later define her own stories. And the memories of those days in Syria became a part of the very essence of the mysteries she would craft for the world to enjoy. Impact on her work. How archaeological experiences influenced Agatha Christie's novels. Agatha Christie's time in Syria wasn't just a chapter in her personal life. It was a defining force that shaped her iconic body of work, weaving the mysteries of the ancient world into the fabric of her stories. The influence of archaeology on her novels is both subtle and profound, transforming the way she approached storytelling and character development. Her experiences at excavation sites, surrounded by the whispers of lost civilizations, sparked a new dimension to her writing that was more intricate, atmospheric, and steeped in the depths of history. One of the clearest reflections of this influence is seen in Murder in Mesopotamia, a novel directly inspired by her archaeological adventures. Set against the backdrop of a dig site in the ancient land of Mesopotamia, the story draws from the very landscapes and environments Agatha encountered in Syria. The remote, dusty corners of the world, far removed from the comforts of urban life, became the perfect stage for suspense and intrigue. In these environments, where people are isolated and tensions rise under the oppressive sun, Agatha found fertile ground for her signature plot twists and psychological drama. The characters in her archaeological novels reflect the unique dynamics she witnessed in the field. The interactions between the archaeologists, local laborers, and villagers shaped her portrayal of characters caught in the pressure cooker of distant, harsh locations. The intense camaraderie, mixed with moments of suspicion, paranoia, and even betrayal, became essential ingredients in her mystery novels. Her time in Syria also gave her a nuanced understanding of different cultures, which she deftly infused into her characters, creating a sense of realism and complexity that made her stories resonate deeply with readers. But it wasn't just the people and places that influenced Agatha. The archaeological process itself, with its delicate excavation of the past, mirrored the way she meticulously pieced together the puzzles in her novels. The idea of uncovering hidden truths, layer by layer, resonated deeply in her work. The way an ancient artifact could be discovered in the most unexpected of places paralleled her detective plots, where even the smallest clue could unlock the solution to the most complex crimes. In many ways, Agatha Christie's archaeological experiences transformed her writing, infusing it with a sense of adventure, cultural richness, and a deeper appreciation for the mysterious forces of history. Murder in Mesopotamia was just the beginning. Her time in the field sparked a wave of inspiration that rippled throughout her novels, making them more immersive, layered, and unforgettable. It wasn't just the knowledge of ancient sites that shaped her writing. It was the experience of living in the shadow of history itself, the cultural and social fabric of Syria, a glimpse into Syrian society. Agatha Christie's time in Syria wasn't just about dust and ancient ruins. It was an immersion into a vibrant, complex society that was at the crossroads of tradition and change. Through her eyes, we get a glimpse of the soul of Syria, a place where the old world and the new collided with stunning intensity. The local customs and traditions she observed were rich with history, woven into the daily lives of the people. Syria, in the 1930s, was a land of contrasts, where the timeless rhythms of the past flowed alongside the budding stirrings of modernity. One of the most striking features of Syrian life that Christie encountered was the unparalleled hospitality of the villagers. There's something both humbling and awe-inspiring about how a simple encounter in a dusty village would unfold into an invitation for tea or even a meal, as if welcoming a stranger into the fold of their family. In these moments, the villagers' warmth felt like a bridge to a world Agatha was just beginning to understand. A world where generosity was a core value, passed down through generations. Her observations of their daily life, from the bustling markets filled with spices, fabrics, and laughter, to the quiet reverence with which they regarded their ancestors, allowed her to capture the essence of a society that seemed to exist outside of time. But it wasn't just the surface-level interactions that fascinated Agatha. She witnessed the gradual but undeniable shifts taking place within the Syrian social fabric. Modernity was making its mark, slowly transforming the way people thought, worked, and lived. The influence of the West could be seen in the growing urbanization of cities like Damascus, where the elegance of traditional Arab architecture was juxtaposed with the sleekness of new technologies and foreign influences. It was in these changes that Agatha found the perfect backdrop for the psychological complexity she so often wove into her characters and plots. Christie's descriptions of this interplay between modernity and tradition were not merely observations. They were a reflection of the tension she sensed in the air. The people of Syria were caught in a delicate dance, balancing their deep-rooted traditions with the pressures of an ever-changing world. Whether it was the elderly villagers who clung to customs that had survived for centuries, or the younger generation embracing new opportunities, Agatha captured the full spectrum of these transformations with empathy and insight. The echoes of these moments seeped into her novels, where the clash between the old and the new often mirrored the psychological battles her characters fought within themselves. Agatha Christie's time in Syria wasn't just about recording what she saw. It was about experiencing, understanding, and immersing herself in a culture that was both timeless and on the brink of monumental change. Her observations on local customs, the deep bonds of community, and the complex push and pull of modernization in the Middle East would go on to influence not only her novels, but her understanding of the human condition. Through her eyes, Syria became more than just a backdrop for archaeology. It became a living, breathing character in its own right, as rich and multifaceted as any plot she ever devised. Agatha Christie as a biographer of Syria, autobiographical insights and literary contributions. Agatha Christie wasn't just a novelist who crafted intricate tales of crime and mystery. She was a biographer of the places she loved, and Syria held a special place in her heart. Through her autobiographical writings, Agatha offers readers a rare, personal look into her deep connection with the region. She didn't just write about Syria in passing. She lived it, breathed it, and let its pulse echo through her words. In her autobiography, Christie reflects on the days spent in the heat of the Syrian desert with a nostalgic reverence, describing not only the archaeological sites but also the people and the customs that captivated her soul. There's an unmistakable fondness in her accounts, an enduring affection for the land that had given her so much more than a fleeting adventure. Her experiences in Syria were transformative. More than just the backdrop for her husband's archaeological work, Syria became a character in its own right in Agatha's life. In one of her more touching anecdotes, Christie recalls an afternoon spent in the company of a local family, where a simple exchange of stories, food, and laughter left a lasting impression on her. It's in these moments of cultural exchange where she saw firsthand the beauty of Syrian hospitality and resilience, that her love for the region deepened. Through her eyes, we see not just the dusty ruins of ancient cities, but the living, breathing culture of the people who made it their home. Agatha was more than just an observer. She became part of the fabric of Syria, drawing connections between the past and the present, between history and the human spirit. But Christie's love for Syria didn't remain confined to the personal pages of her autobiography. She also contributed to the understanding and appreciation of archaeological narratives through her nonfiction work. While her fiction novels introduced readers to the allure of ancient sites and mysteries, it was in her writings about archaeology where she truly popularized the field. Her books on the subject, such as Come, Tell Me How You Live, are a blend of travel memoir and personal reflection, offering readers an insider's view of the life of an archaeologist's wife in the field. With humor and warmth, she described the trials and triumphs of life at the dig site, from the mundane logistics of camp life to the heart-pounding excitement of uncovering ancient treasures. Through her non-fiction works, Christie not only captured the essence of archaeological exploration, but also made it accessible and engaging to a wider audience. Agatha Christie's literary contributions went beyond the confines of crime fiction. She became an ambassador for the wonders of archaeology, sharing her passion for ancient cultures and their secrets with the world. Through her words, she painted vivid pictures of Syria, its people and its history, inviting her readers to fall in love with the region just as she had. Christie's personal experiences in Syria, coupled with her ability to translate them into both fiction and nonfiction, cemented her role as not just a novelist, but a biographer of the places that shaped her life. And through these contributions, she left behind a lasting legacy that continues to inspire and captivate those who seek to understand the beauty and mystery of the ancient world. Agatha Christie's adventures in Syria left an indelible mark, not just on literature, but on the very field of archaeology. Though her primary focus was storytelling, her experiences at the dig sites and her keen eye for detail contributed indirectly to the preservation and understanding of Syrian history. Through her vivid descriptions of ancient ruins, the meticulous uncovering of artifacts, and her genuine passion for the excavation process, Christie immortalized moments that might have otherwise faded into obscurity. Her writings, both fictional and non-fictional, became a bridge between the past and the present, capturing the essence of archaeological discovery for future generations. By documenting the nuances of life in the field, from the challenges faced by archaeologists to the profound significance of each artifact unearthed, Christie helped preserve the stories of civilizations that time could have otherwise left behind. Moreover, Christie's adventurous spirit and her deep immersion in the world of archaeology continue to inspire countless writers and archaeologists today. Her ability to translate the complexities of excavation and history into compelling narratives has paved the way for a new generation of storytellers who seek to blend fact with fiction. Writers are drawn to her works for the rich tapestry of historical detail intertwined with engaging plots, while archaeologists find inspiration in her dedication to the field, her respect for ancient cultures, and her ability to capture the emotional journey of discovery. Christie showed that the excavation process is not just about the scientific uncovering of artifacts. It's a deeply personal journey that touches on the human experience, revealing the stories of those who came before us. Her adventures in Syria remind us that archaeology is as much about the people and the stories behind the artifacts as it is about the artifacts themselves. The way she documented her experiences, balancing the scientific rigor with the awe and wonder of historical exploration, set a standard for blending academic inquiry with a narrative-driven approach. In today's world, where interdisciplinary approaches are celebrated, Christie's legacy serves as a testament to the power of storytelling in understanding and preserving our shared past. Christie's impact on archaeology extends beyond her mere presence in the field. She has become an emblem of curiosity, resilience, and the pursuit of knowledge. Her work reminds us that history is not just a collection of facts. It is a living, breathing tapestry that connects us to those who came before, and her stories continue to spark the imaginations of those who wish to explore the depths of human history with both heart and mind. As we close this chapter on Agatha Christie's journey through Syria, we are reminded of a powerful truth. Sometimes, the most compelling stories aren't crafted from pure imagination. They are discovered in the quiet ruins of history. Agatha Christie's time in Syria proves that the most profound narratives aren't always those that are invented. They are the ones that emerge from the earth itself, where every crack in the stone, every shard of pottery, and every whispered story from a local villager is a clue that leads to a deeper understanding of who we are and where we come from. Through her eyes, we learn that history is not just something we study, it's something we live. And in those ancient lands, Christie found the ultimate mystery, the untold stories of humanity, waiting to be uncovered.